safely. Like, you know, finding that gap and exploiting it against a team like NAVI, against tier 1 opposition, is something that, you know, is very impressive for such a young and inexperienced player. Right now, Vitality... Well, actually, okay, going back to this point I made earlier in the first half, NAVI, they put up a great CT side. They look fine. You know, they're in control somewhat. 8 rounds. And, you know, I said, okay, Dust 2's a different map, but think back to Nuke, think back to the T side, think back to how lost NAVI looked and how they barely got anything done there. We're having the same case here on Dust. Despite it being a different map, NAVI find the pistol round, Vitality forced them with P250s, and then go on a 5-round winning streak on this CT side. NAVI have not broken that streak, and won't be breaking it, not here, not now, not with Deagles. This should be 13-9 for Vitality if all things go to plan. And then NAVI will have, what, 1, maybe 2 buy rounds left in this map to actually contest this scoreline. This is a rough performance from NAVI right now, and only, you know, off the back of Vitality's very, very well played CT sides here.
And that was the story back on Nuke as well, right? Like the CT half looked pretty even. But yeah, Vitality, they're doing a stellar job here. Set up a cat, the flash is good. Perfecto and Simple gonna chain together 2 kills. ZywOo getting pressured, only 8 seconds for this hot plant, and ZywOo is not faltering. Simple gonna start plugging in the numbers. ZywOo trying to land a shot, and instead he's gonna kill everyone else and Simple as well. ZywOo, stellar round. My goodness, 4 kills there from him. What a play, what a man. ZywOo with the defuse. 27 kills in the game right now, and he comes alive.
I thought I jinxed it, Harry. I did say NAVI shouldn't win that round, but for a second, they had everything in their hands. ZywOo, the fact that he gets away with his 2nd kill here, he waits, and he knows he needs to kill Flamey before he refaces the site. Otherwise, he's going to get shot in the back. And, well, ZywOo, it looked like for a second he wanted to wallbang default and kill Simple on the other side, but he fell off the box. Luckily, it wasn't a problem. He finds both kills there, and NAVI, I mean, it's still a bomb plant, still a successful eco round, but one now that they need to win if they want to have any say in this series. ZywOo is just not letting that happen. He falls out right as Simple scopes up. Apex has been dropped on Cat. Electronic did find that kill, so there's something here for NAVI, but the flashes come through and Flamey abandons Long, not going back into that AWP. ZywOo, reflash by RPK, clears out Long once again, carrying the blue bins. He has a molly for it, but no one's here for NAVI. They've spread out, they've split up, they've gone back into a default with players in the tunnels, and Perfecto coming from T-spawn to join. That bomb is still in middle, but with a 4-on-4 enabled, Vitality aren't fighting for mid anymore, they're just playing in the bomb sites. Vitality not giving them anything right now.
Yeah, NAVI are very, very paranoid about any aggression coming through, and so they're just sitting back, they're waiting as well, hoping that a man advantage is gifted over, and that's not going to happen. Vitality are really going to make you work to get back into this one. They set up over here on Cat. Electronic is over in the tunnels, and this is likely where he's going to stay. Try and cut down these rotations while the rest of NAVI set up for the Cat play off.
Not a good volley.
Trying to play around this Molotov that was thrown out by his teammate, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was ZywOo throwing that one over. So, not ideal, but they get out through Cat. Once again, left down to the wire. ZywOo and RPK, they could deny this whole round if they find the right kills at the right time, but they've lost ZywOo. RPK now going to swing out, and he secures a double. Bomb gets dropped back at Cat, and that's a bit of a disaster.
That's the round.
Oh, there's not enough time. Oh, no, there is. There might be. It's very, very close, and I think they've just got it. They do. By half a second, they get that bomb down. It was so close. Shox is aggressive in through CT, and now only Electronic left to deal with. He Molotovs the bomb to buy himself some time. Nade to follow, but Shox is just holding an Electronic tagged up early on in the round. The nade could have finished the job. Shox is going to throw it in.
Bye-bye.
Electronic gets deleted, and there's the defuse. Vitality, they get a 14th on the board. Well played by Shox in the 1-on-2, and a stellar double from RPK to get that round so close.
That was actually really well played from Shox. He was waiting, he knew Flamey was planting in that position, and Shox, he could either jump and give away his position and try and gamble for the round. If he hits it, he wins the round, right? But the alternative is his teammate dies in mid, and NAVI have a guy in mid, and he realizes there's someone in CT. So instead of just hanging around and waiting for Flamey to stand up so he can take that headshot, he backs up, he plays the fact that NAVI don't know where he is, and he wins the 1-on-2 in style. Shox, putting up another round for Vitality. A flawless streak here, Harry. 7 in a row on the CT side. It's nuke all over again. NAVI looked lost on the T half of that map, and here is no exception. They have not fielded around since the pistol. And it was pistols that put them down 7-0 in the CT side. RPK, he could get flashed up on Catwalk. Apex has line one up, but RPK timing is everything. He needs to call for it right now. That's a great timing. RPK trying to get aggressive. He gets one, almost a second of spray, puts Boomich low, and the Molotov sends him packing. That's still a favorable fight for Vitality. They get good info, and Apex wants more.
Yeah, he's hungry for it, but getting spotted by the player in lower tunnels, that will facilitate the swing in from Boomich. So NAVI finally sat with a man advantage in a 4-on-3, admittedly with low players. And ZywOo ready to peek the catwalk, gets a little overzealous there. Does still remove Flamey even while being blind, but it's Boomich in with the third, continuing this tear up through Cat that has secured the A bomb site. Masuta and Shox left in for the clutch, smoking a fall over here at Catwalk. That nade could delete Boomich, doesn't quite find him at the back of the site. Electronic holding down long, able to come out over the top of Shox. Leaves Masuta just saving this AWP. NAVI, they'll reach double digits now as well, 10-14. Still a tall task to get back into this game, but definitely not impossible for the NAVI side.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes one round, right, to just reinvigorate you, remind you what works, how you get there. And obviously, I feel like that round's a little gifted by Vitality. The fact that they send 3 waves of Cat players, but they don't at any point set up like, a crossfire or a double peek or anything. They just like you throw bodies at the problem one by one, and NAVI just deal with them, right? It starts off by being a fair trade. Vitality get 1 for 1, and then the next fight, they get nothing, and then the next fight, ZywOo again gets 1. But it's just giving trades for Vitality to get up Catwalk and succeed in that A bomb site, or for NAVI rather, so 10-14. That's a second T-sided round, their first since the pistol. So NAVI, can they find more off the back of it, or will they be broken immediately after finding a round? So ZywOo, he wants to make it so. He's nearing the 30 bomb. He's got the AWP once again. Flash through long doors. RPK can't stop it. He has to concede this position. NAVI are hunting him down with a smoke on the corner. Spam through it down to 1. RPK lives to fight another day, but ZywOo certainly won't. Electronic gimping in the smoke, hiding around the side, and Apex does trade, keeping things alive for Vitality.
Yeah, but barely, right? Like with RPK so low and Apex trapped out on Cat, there's no one holding onto the site, and with Perfecto holding for this Cat cross, he's going to get offered a kill, and he gets the information that a second player is here as well. NAVI, now with a minute left, they don't even have to commit to this A-side play. They're going to leave Simple here. Over at long with the AWP, and actually now grouping back up. They do still want to commit into this A-bomb site. Apex has moved in behind the site box.
He's going to drop a smoke.
This is something that we see Team Spirit do a hell of a lot with Magic's in this position, but Apex never drops the smoke, swings out wide, and does get bested. So this round's fallen apart. NAVI going to take an 11th, and maybe that one round to reach 10 was what they needed after all. It's now the success keeps on flowing for NAVI.
Yeah, that certainly could be the solution, right? Couple of rounds in a row now, NAVI building money, and that just certainly makes things harder for Vitality, because it's not going to be in a world where, you win one round and then you close an anti-force buy or an anti-eco to win the series. No, NAVI are going to have back-to-back rifle rounds despite you winning any of your own. And Vitality, they're not exactly rich right now. Shox saves this gun, but look at the money on the rest of the team. And I say Shox saves this gun. Shox is trying to save this gun. Perfecto doesn't want to allow it, but won't commit to the T-spawn wrap. And so this gun will get away. Live to... no, forget it. Shox fights, and he dies. That's a great one-tap from Perfecto. He is top of the team right now. 2 kills above Simple. Vitality, after losing that gun, after losing everything in this round, including the money, they're going to call a quick pause.
Oh, that's a pretty grim stat there.
Doesn't surprise me, especially considering how dominant that map was.
you know, with the rest of Na'Vi showing up and it not just being a simple show, I don't know, man. I still think there's some legs on this game. Yeah, 11 to 14, no money in these bank accounts over on the Vitality side. So this should be Na'Vi making this one even closer.
And this is, again, something that we talk about a lot, Harry, when we see Apex as an in-game leader for Vitality. Now, this is a big problem for Apex. It has, you know, new in-game leader, relatively speaking, and now needs to dig Vitality out of a hole. Now, the scoreline doesn't look like a hole, but the reality is Vitality are very much in a hole. Back-to-back rounds for Na'Vi. Imagine a third here, and Vitality only just having enough money for that buy in the follow-up. So right now, Apex needs a big call in that follow-up round for Vitality to actually succeed. Otherwise, Na'Vi, do not count them out here. 5 rounds in a row to take them to overpass. Absolutely doable here for a squad like this. Vitality know the pressure is well and truly on.
Na'Vi, they've really slowed it down, right? And a lot of these pushes are just coming down to the final 20 seconds. And Vitality, this time around, aren't really giving them these early engagements that they've been doing a hell of a lot. And I hope that's something we see carry forward into the rifle round for Vitality here with only the pistols. This is where they should get mopped on up. And while a few kills do come through, Electronic just spearheading this charge into the A site has taken heads off. And Masuta unable to find this shot the first time around, but now he's recovered. Shock's alongside him. Masuta now in this 1v2, who does spot Electronic, but it's the ace from this man to put the 12th round on the board for Na'Vi. That still gets very, very close. It still gets uncomfortable. With Electronic starting to come alive and carving a path in this round, Na'Vi, they are able to win it out and get this one over the line.
Oh, that was so close for Masuta. The fact that he hesitates on that second kill, he flicks and gets the headshot with the last bullet. Nice stuff, but not enough for Vitality. This round has to be, as it's going to be one of their last couple of rifle rounds in regulation. Assuming. A lot of assumptions to be made here. We don't know where this one's going. Are Na'Vi going to have the answers here as they look to find a few rounds? So he hears that smoke get dropped. He knows, therefore, where that player has to be, but he can't hit the wallbang onto Electronic. He does get up a catwalk with that smoke safely. Apex playing very safe inside of the site, not wanting to die to an aggressive Na'Vi T side. But as you said, Harry, Vitality, they want to do their best at denying Na'Vi these man advantages. It's often been 4-on-4s. It's often been Vitality throwing someone up cat or pushing tons, getting a kill and getting traded. Well, right now, 5-on-5, keeping everyone alive. And Apex, he's going to be up for the final test here. It's a fake for Na'Vi, and Apex should be able to calm this. He's realized everything. Vitality now watching for the mid to B. Shox is here. Apex is dropped into spawn and gets removed after only finding a dink to Boomage. They're going to slow things right down right now because they don't have to commit immediately into B. There's a flash here. Mazuta's waiting in the smoke. What a risk, as Perfecto could just spam him and take the round. Flamey's also gotten a kill, and Na'Vi has just stopped. This is very weird. They've got huge advantages, and they're about to get another. Mazuta doesn't check the corner, and Perfecto almost follows up into B, but actually Shox holds down the line with 2, and that's going to send the bomb back into ZywOo.
Now, Boomage is down in CT, but with 20 seconds left, he's going to be hard-pressed to find much usage out of this position, and Shox could just wrap him and deal with this threat right now. Indeed he does. They lose ZywOo. Flamey with 1 HP, the bottom performer in this round, taps him down. Bomb plant for Simple. Shox has to ace this one if he wants to pick it up, and dealing with Simple is easier said than done. Na'Vi just about get another round on the board, 13 to their name. It's almost a recovery on the back of Shox's performance here. But Vitality, all this momentum they had, everything that was looking so good, I mean, it just seems like it's powered down, and it's taking, you know, great individual performances to leave these rounds ever feeling doable.
Yeah, one thing is a real problem for Vitality right now. Well, I was going to say Masuta, and yeah, in this round exactly. But every time he's pushed B tunnels, pretty much he's been punished for it, unless he's had a teammate alongside him. So I'd love to see him just stop pushing tunnels in these mid rounds, trying to get information, trying to get back in control. But if anything, staying alive and playing for the clutch as a B player, playing with Shox to retake that round, for example, it's far safer, and it's going to get you a lot more results than, you know, risking everything just to take tunnels, especially when Na'Vi have been so mobile and rotating that bomb.
And not to mention, right, like this is a classic Na'Vi style of play, right, where they do just slow down and they wait for you to come to them. And I feel like if you keep coming to them, well then
They keep waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly. And no one can really beat Na'Vi